20 minutes of silence for 29 days of silence. That is the message from Celtic fans collective ahead of Celtic's clash with Braga at Parkhead on Thursday. And we're here to break it down. Welcome back to Fog Football. Plenty of protests across Glasgow from both clubs. But what about this one? Think you can do 29 minutes of silence?
I could have swore you said 20.
Not 29.
I could have swore you said 20 minutes of silence for 29 days of silence. But here,
That wouldn't be right though, wouldn't it?
maybe my ears have just went silent all of a sudden. I don't know.
Either or.
Well, I'll tell you what, does it really matter? Because it's not like the Celtic players are giving the fans much to cheer about. So it could be 90 minutes of silence for all we know.
Nope, Hearts are on top, aren't they? Right, so...
No, but hold on. No, see the amount of smoke that's been blown up to Necky's ass? He was fantastic. I was so fantastic against Kilmarnock. You relied on a cheating penalty for Mr. Beaton.
For cheating beating.
And then, alright, he had a decent game against Partick, but I mean, we're talking lower league opposition here. I just think it's mental how people thought that after that Rangers game, all of a sudden Celtic had turned a corner because they got a 2-1 penalty win over Kelly and they beat Partick Thistle. They were shite when they played Rangers and they're still shite now.
He's probably been one of the better. Easily been one of the better players last couple of weeks, but that's not hard.
I wouldn't describe him as brilliant against Kelly.
No, I wouldn't. I think he's been one of the players with something about him, though.
See, if you're an attacking player and you're getting described as brilliant, you need to be putting a couple of goals or getting an assist or something against Kelly.
No, you're right. I would agree with that, but do we agree with this?
I mean, he looked better than Balakisha and Yang and Forrest, but...
Not very hard, is it? But 29 minutes of silence for 29 days of silence. What happens if Celtic score in the first 29 minutes then?
Likelihood of that happening is pretty
Right,
slim.
what happens if Braga score?
Just get even silent. Maybe they'll do 32 minutes of silence.
Could be, but this is what the Celtic fans collective put up on Twitter. The silence continues from the boardroom. If the silence breaks, so may the protests. Next up, versus Braga, 29 minutes of silence for 29 days of silence. Obviously from the board's statement.
Have you ever seen a set of fans like complain or cause as much outrage or protest like this over a bad transfer window before?
No, I don't think we ever will. I don't. Yeah, they're greeting because there's a Henrik Larsson clothing range released yesterday, and I don't know. Hopefully, I get to experience it, right? But see, if Rangers won 13 out of 14 league titles and 5 trebles out of 9 seasons, I'd be buying whatever shite they served up to me.
Yeah, I
think most teams.
It is mind-boggling to me.
Yeah.
What is happening here?
I think we can both agree that you can call it the window, you can do whatever, but I think the level it's going to is pathetic.
No, the luckiest man... Alright, there's 2 lucky guys. One of them is Callum McGregor because he seems to get a free pass even though he's been poor for a long time now. But for me, the luckiest guy in Scottish football has to be Brendan Rodgers. This guy is getting away with everything. See all the 0-0 games? That's on Brendan Rodgers. See not qualifying for the Champions League? That's on Brendan Rodgers. But I'm not saying he's necessarily done it, but somehow the Celtic fans have been just brainwashed and convinced into believing it's all the board's fault. Brendan Rodgers has a good enough team on paper to be beating Cara Almighty or whatever they're called over 2 legs. To suggest that he's not got a good enough team there to even score a goal in over 3 hours of football is ridiculous. And then, we don't replace any players, we don't replace this guy, we don't replace that guy. Well, first of all, right, Rodgers was given 9 million on Adam Adair. That's not the board's fault that they spent 9 million on someone who's shite. Then they say, we didn't replace Matt O'Reilly. They spent 11 million on Arnie Engels. How's that not replaced? Now here, maybe Engels isn't as good as O'Reilly. I think we can all agree he's not.
Yep.
But how can you blame the board for that? They gave up the £11 million to make Arnie Engels the highest paid player in football history. Right, see Shermitty, right? I think he's garbage. And I don't think he's good. I don't think he's replacing Dessers or Igamani. But you can't sit here and say, the board never replaced... See if you can blame the scouting or whatever, or the manager, or whoever had the final say in bringing him in. But at the end of the day, if the board are paying 8 million, rising up to 10 for this Shermitty guy, then you can't say that, oh, they never bothered to replace Dessers or Rigamani. Well, they have.
They just did it in a shite way.
And Celtic have tried to replace Matt O'Reilly, but they've just brought a player who maybe isn't that good.
Now, a lot of people in the comments are saying this won't work, it'll just divide fans, they don't understand the logic. So, it's not like 100% of Celtic fans are agreeing with this. I understand that, because you're going to get people that are going to be... Not everyone's going to be silent. I mean, for 60,000 people to be silent is practically impossible. I mean, it's hard not to celebrate your team scoring goals. I mean, honestly, every comment here is bashing it. To be honest, like what will silence achieve? Stop attending, stop buying stuff. That's what matters to them. I mean, I you know what? I actually agree with that, right? See, instead of doing a 29 minutes of silence, why not just not go? Why not just come in the 29th minute?
Yeah.
Because see, sitting there like spare dicks for 29 minutes, not moving a muscle and not saying anything. To me, that'll just affect the team. And to me, that gives like Rodgers and the board like almost like a get out of jail free card if they lose. They'll be like, "Oh, we're so divided. Fans don't want us to score. They're not celebrating our goals." It's a weird situation, man. I don't know. Just not. I would just boycott the game. A lot of people will be boycotting it, but this is weird.
Yeah, I think it's. I don't agree with it.
Yeah, we don't. What was the one against? What was the last?
But here,
one?
they're paying their money. They can do what they want. I mean, if they're paying the money to get, then if they bought the ticket,
yes, you're
then
right. They can do what they want. But this is trying to impose it on everybody.
And I tell you what, I think what they are doing is not as bad as some of the hateful shit that's been said about that other guy across the other side of the city. So I'm not going to sit here and say that they're monsters for being silent, but I just don't think things aren't that bad. Yeah, the Celtic look worse than they have in previous. Yes, have they regressed? Yes, but they're still probably going to win the league, aren't they?
To me, it's a mess though. Because what about kids that don't understand it? What about kids that just want to celebrate their team scoring goals?
Well, not everyone's going to be silent. It's like a collective, like group or whatever. But
no, but they're this Celtic fans collective. There's a lot of people, and they're encouraging the entire stadium to be silent.
What are they going to do? Force people into being silent?
Well, I don't know what they're going to do. I'm not going to force anybody, but it's like
all they can do is ask. At the end of the day, if some kid wants to celebrate a goal for Celtic,
it's hard to
29
police
minutes,
it. That's what the comments are saying. I'm just going off what the comments are saying. They're saying they can't do it.
Yeah, listen.
And they're saying if you break the silence, you're going to break the protest, and things will just remain as they are.
Well, listen. These people are entitled to do what they want to do because they're paying their money. But at the same time, the people that want to celebrate, they're also paying money for a ticket, so they can do exactly what they want to do.
The best way to do it is just not go. Like that's what I would say.
Yeah, could do that and then leave the stadium half empty.
Yeah.
Because being silent doesn't really work if you've got, even if it's 10% of people not being silent, because you see with minute silences, it only takes like one or two arseholes to jeer, and you hear that.
Yep. So yeah, it's not going to work. And again,
and away fans will be making noise. I just don't think
the message just doesn't work, folks. Right? If you do a 29 minute of silence, but Celtic go 3-0 up, which I don't think they will, but say they did, that's not going to be silent. There's going to be celebrations. There's going to be people do. Now, if 40,000 people don't come into the stadium until the 30th minute mark, that looks better for them, regardless of what the scoreline is.
Agree, but just going back to Brendan Rodgers, do you not think this guy's getting very lucky?
No, he is. Yeah. He's got a third season gimmick going on. Like a shite version of Mourinho.
It's weird. Brendan Rodgers is getting like zero blame, but across the other side of the city, Russell Martin's getting all the blame. And I'm not saying Russell Martin shouldn't get majority of the blame because...
Difference is, though, people will say Martin get backed, he didn't. But then these are the same people that are... But then, you know what? I'm seeing more and more people come out and say Celtic don't have a squad to win the league. There's a lot of Celtic fans agreeing with Hugh Keevins.
Yeah, but you know what? I think this window was poor. The last window was poor for Celtic.
Did we not say, though...
But the previous one, they spent 26 million.
Did we not say a month ago, though, that you can't say you're going to walk the league, but also bash the fuck out the board for not signing anybody? It makes sense that there's a few people coming to decide that our squad's not good enough to win the league.
But that's bullshit. You can't see it. Anyone who's saying that is a liar or disingenuous. I'll even give. See if you don't think Celtic are favourites, that's fair enough. But
against who though? Do people genuinely believe Hearts are the favourites to win the league?
Well, I think they're retarded if they think that.
So-
but
so-
but even if they do think that's fair enough. But see if you are saying that Celtic cannot win the league with this current squad, you're a liar, or you're stupid. You've got like a low IQ, single digit IQ. You can't possibly think that this Celtic team cannot win the league. Of course it can. This Celtic team is favourite to win the league, and I wouldn't be surprised if they win it by more than 10 points.
Even if Rangers had won every game, right, and sat 4 points clear of Celtic right now, you can't say Celtic can't win the league.
Tell you what, see if someone wants to give me an evens bet and we'll go evens 50-50. I'll match it. Celtic win the league. If there's a Celtic fan out there,
but to me, it's a 12-team league. Who are the teams that can't win the league? Aberdeen. That's a team that can't win the league. They won't win the league. It can't happen.
I'd say realistically, there's only 3 teams that can win the league.
Celtic, Rangers, Hearts.
Aye.
Not particularly in that order. But
Now, at the start of the season, I just think I've seen enough in 6 games to rule out Hibs.
Yeah.
And I just think if they were going to have a chance, they would have had more than one win so far.
Right, to me, Celtic are obviously the favourites. I would say Rangers are second favourite for the league, but I still think Hearts will finish above Rangers. If that makes sense. I think Rangers got more chance of winning the league than Hearts, but Hearts got more chance of finishing second.
Yeah, absolutely. And people might not understand. People might not think, how can you come... That makes perfect sense. I can see a world where Rangers are bad enough to finish behind Hearts, but it's easier for me to see...
Only Rangers can get to the level to be good enough to beat Celtic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my view on the season.
I agree, though.
So I think that's where we'll leave it there. It's a weird one, but I don't know where Hugh Keevins and a lot of people are coming from. Like you said, it's one thing to say they're not favourites, but then who is favourites? It's like I just don't get it. I don't.
Well, Hugh Keevins thinks Hearts is favourites, and they're clearly not.
But it's like, how can the Celtic team, right, that went toe to toe with Bayern Munich, be considered worse on paper than Hearts right now by a few people, pundits and fans? Yeah, they've lost Kuhn.
See if Celtic were on 7 points, same as Rangers, I still wouldn't have Hearts favourite.
Yeah, I don't know, weird. Anyway, the favourite to be Braga, I think they are actually. I think they're evens.
No, honestly, I think Celtic could have 0 points right now, and I'd still have them as favourites for the league.
Yeah, but that's just the way.
Unless they were playing so bad and they had 0 points because they were getting beat like 4 or 5-0 every game. But for me, Celtic are favourites.
Put it this way, for Scottish football, it's good that it's completely up in the air and that there's actual debate about it, because for too long,
Well, Paddy Power don't think there's any debate. They've already paid
they're
it.
sweating it.
Nah.
Sweating it for Rangers or Hearts.
Well, I tell you what, I think Hearts' next game is against Hibs, and then after that it is
away to Kelly,
and then
home to Celtic, away to St Mirren. If Hearts come out of that, with like 8 points, 9 points, I think, aye. I mean, obviously it depends. I guess you lose to Celtic. I think the key thing is for Hearts, win the game against Hibs, and then even if Celtic beat you at Tynecastle, you're only a point behind.
If Hearts won those next 3 games, I'd still have Celtic favourites for the title.
Yeah. Yeah. People are pretending that this Celtic team's been ripped apart. It's like a B team. It's not.
No, it's the only thing is I'm not necessarily sure it's going to get much better. I don't really see Dyson. Although, I mean, he might have to start hitting some form to earn a move away. But you can make no mistake about it, Dyson Maeda will be gone either in January or at the end of the season. So we might not see his best form, or we might see him playing well to earn a move away. We don't really know. I think Hatate will go too.
You're right, though. If Celtic lose this league...
And Brendan Rodgers is gone as well.
Say
So
Celtic lose this league to Hearts. How much is on Rodgers? Forget the fucking squad.
Oh, yeah. No, hold on. These are the same people that say Brendan Rodgers is an elite manager.
Yep.
But he isn't. This team's not good enough to win the league.
Come on.
I thought Callum McGregor's one of the best players to ever play in Scotland.
Yeah.
Dyson Maida last year, £40 million player. Any actual, they're raving about him. Oh, Tuneki looks great. Well, he looks so great that Rodgers can't get a game where he can actually score a goal.
It's crazy. It's fucking... I don't know how we got to this point. Tell you what. Yo, I'd love to sit here and agree with you, Keevans, and be like, Celtic are shite. They'll never win the league. But it just doesn't... It's just not correct.
See if you got saved, Celtic.
If it was truly the case, no. Let's face facts, right? See if this was truly the case, and Celtic had a shite squad, and people thought they were like third, second favourite.
They wouldn't be 1-8 with the bookies.
True, and this wouldn't be 29 minutes of silence. It'd be 90 odd.
Aye, the Sharks would be it.
The Sharks and Barricades would be it. Anyway, folks, leave your thoughts down below. Who do you think? Might put up for a poll. Who's favourite to win the league?
Are you asking me, or are you just saying that you're going to put up for a poll?
Oh, he might. I don't know. Because I can guarantee you they'd probably win it.
Oh, aye, of course.
Anyway.
Well, they are favourites, aren't they?
Well, they are.
I mean, I'm gonna see if I can get some of the latest odds up here for the title. Bear with me 1 second. I'm trying to find it.
He's trying to find it, guys. Heart. I mean, will Hearts be second favourite to win the league? Probably not, but I just people are. Well, Hearts are going to fall away like Aberdeen. They won't. Hearts have already lost the game. They've already been at the cup. That's a hammer blow, man. Trophy. We'll see. Right, what are the odds? Hit me with it. You got them up there?
Celtic are 3-19. You can get them at 1-7. Paddy Power are offering you Celtic at 1-10.
How does that work? They've already paid it though.
Yeah. So can you put like a 10 on that and be like, right, give me my £11? Probably not. Tell you what, how fucking funny would it be for Paddy Power if they did lose the league?
So the 1-10?
Yep.
It's like $1,000 on it, Jambo Bear.
What, for £100?
You're saying you'd bet them to win the league if they were sitting on 0 points?
Aye, but I'd want good odds. Bet them 1-10.
Aye, but they're not on 0 points, they're on fucking 14.
Anyway, Hearts are second favourites across the board, so...
Seriously?
Yep.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, without Celtic and Rangers, Hearts are...
What are Aberdeen?
Hearts are 4-11. Without Celtic and Rangers.
That's pretty much.
I think that's good. I think that's very good there.
I mean, look how long Aberdeen held on to like third last season.
Well, I know how I think that's good. That's actually probably too good because the next team is Hibs at 61.
Yeah.
And realistically, that's all it can be.
It's crazy, like Hibs are undefeated.
Yeah, but honestly, I'd say that's almost like a 2-horse race. So therefore, I'd say if Hibs are 61, Hearts should almost be about 1-6.
No, I'd agree with that. Right, this has went on too long, folks. Either or, it's a 29-minute silence protest.
Yeah, you can get Aberdeen at 33-1 if you fancy them
to win the league
without Celtic and Rangers.
Aye, fuck that. I wouldn't even bet Aberdeen to finish 11th and above.
Yeah, well, I went 7th at the start of the season. Would you go? You go 5th? You want to change?
I'd pick 12.
I'd change. I don't know if I'd go 12. Like I don't think they'll finish. I'd say they'll finish at the absolute most. I would go 9th, and that's being generous.
Yeah,
because I don't. The only teams I can see them finishing above are Dundee, Falkirk, and maybe Livingston, because Motherwell and Kilmarnock are a lot better than I thought they would be.
Well, they are. Dundee United continuing as well. Anyway, we're done. We're back tomorrow, or later on the day whenever you're listening to this. More action.